Hi everyone, and welcome to this video where I'll be showing you how to find an internship and how to email a professor. So a really great source that we have on my Compass resource page is the Summer Programs tab. If you click right here, you'll find a website that Mr. Natlin has developed where you can go to the bottom and find a list of different summer internship opportunities based on your area of interest. So let's say you're interested in science, click on this link and you find a whole bunch of programs. Now, if you are not specifically interested in science, this video is still great for you, so please keep watching. Um, we will go through the process of writing a letter to a professor, and you can modify this letter for any type of research that you're interested in. So, if these programs on the SLIM website do not really fit your time frame or area of interest, I will be guiding you through the process of emailing a professor and finding a professor to email. Today we are going to be looking for an internship as Paul Ransom. So Paul Ransom, we have determined that he is interested in genetic engineering. So to find an internship in genetic engineering, we're going to look for people who are doing genetic engineering research in our area, so Miami. So let's look up Genetic Engineering, University of Miami. So right here you can see that there's the Human Genetics and Genomics program at UM. So we're definitely going to check that out. And I would definitely say that you do not want to click on the contact us button because that's just going to send your email to an administrator probably. What you want to look for is the faculty profiles. So once you find someone who is doing research in genetic engineering, I would encourage you to, so I've decided that I'm going to click on this profile. So once you do that, you will be given all the research interests of this person, of this professor, and you can read all of their papers right here. So you can start reading different papers and find one that interests you. And if it's not at UM, you can always look. There are other universities I think that people often forget about in the Miami area. So you can look up genetic engineering FIU, and there you see that there's a whole biomedical engineering area for at FIU. You can look for more professors. So once you find, again, you'll see their areas of interest for research, and you definitely want to read more about them, read some of their papers if this is the person that you decided that you're going to contact. So should definitely contact more than one professor because it is likely that one person will not answer you. So once you've found a bunch of different professors to contact and you've read their papers, then you can begin to work on your email. So I have drafted a sample email, and also I will show you how to. So a couple tips before we begin. As I mentioned before, you need to read the professor's website. So that is very important. Read their research, read papers they've published. If they have a blog, some of them have blogs about what research they're doing, definitely get all the information you can and read it. Now, these are a couple tips when you are writing the email. So you definitely want to state why you're specifically interested in this research and show a genuine interest in this topic. And then secondly, you have to ask directly to schedule a meeting, a Zoom call, a phone call to discuss further. So you don't want the professor to figure out what they need to respond. You want to ask a clear-cut question that they can respond. Yes, let's set up a meeting. So you want to definitely further it, the discussion. You just don't want to introduce yourself and then the professor reads it and goes, okay, great, I just read this about this person, but so what? What does this person want? They need some guidance too, you know? Okay. And as I said before, if you're not contacting local universities, if you want to go, I have this really, really specific interest, you can definitely contact people outside of Miami or Florida or wherever you are. I would just say that when you're contacting these types of professors, you definitely want to show why specifically them, because they might be wondering why is someone from Miami contacting me when I live in New York, you know? So definitely show that genuine interest again. So here's a little sample guidelines for writing an email. Are formally with dear doctor and professor. If they are professor is preferable over doctor. And then you definitely want to introduce yourself. So the first part is introducing yourself and how you got to them. So as I'm sure you can read, I'm a rising junior, sophomore, senior at Ransom Everglades School in Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida. So if you are contacting someone from out of state, you can say Miami, Florida. If you're contacting someone who lives in Miami, they might know Ransom, they might not, so just specify Coconut Grove. And then how you found out about their research. You have to express a specific project or paper that you are interested in of theirs, and why, and what is your interest and why. Okay. Then you want to talk about your qualifications. So you might be thinking, I've never had any research experience. How could I be qualified? Well, you definitely want to talk about classes you've taken or projects you've pursued at home or outside of class. If you've read a book, an article about the topic, and that really spurred your interest in it, you definitely want to mention that. So as you can see here, my experience in previous research class and kind of interest confirmed my intentions to develop my research skills and specific goal relating to this opportunity. So why do you want to be doing this research? And you'll see in my sample email, which I'll show you next, that you want to talk about a specific goal. Maybe it's furthering your path of study or your interest, or you want to figure out if this is right for you, if you're really interested in this topic. Okay, those are all great reasons. So this is kind of the same thing, just a different structuring of it. So I should write or here. I admire your work organization and would benefit greatly from working with it because, and with an answer. So this is when you're making your pitch, and now you are going to close it off with a meeting or a phone call. So you want to say, appreciate the opportunity to speak with you about your work and possible opportunities for working in your research lab. I'm willing to do any type of work and travel to where I can be of most help. So as a high schooler, it might not always seem the most plausible that they will take you, but if you really show that you're willing to do anything, even it's to get yourself in the research lab, that you'll clean the dishes, and even though you might not really want to be doing that, these are things that are going to give you access to areas that are not normally available to high school students. So if you're really interested, you will say that you can travel and are willing to do any type of work, and that'll really show your genuine passion and interest. Okay, and then at the end, you should tell them that you have attached your transcript and resume. And if you want to know how to write a resume, you should definitely check out Greta's video. She made an awesome video, again, with Paul Ransom, showing you how to write a resume. And then you just close it off and make sure to put your email and phone number, because if you do end up scheduling a phone call, they definitely want to know how to reach you. And then attach your resume and transcript. Okay, so here's my example email, so I'll just read it through. Dear Professor Smith, I'm a rising senior at Ransom Everglades School in Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida, and I'm a serious science student. I am personally greatly interested in genetic engineering. I recently read your 2020 paper, and then insert name, and became fascinated by your work. Your method of extracting DNA from red blood cells in particular amazed me due to the realm of possibility it opens up for reproduction. In my AP Chemistry and Biology coursework, I've developed a passion for science and have independently pursued my interest in genetic engineering through the Science Journal and books like Maxwell's Hacking Darwin. And now you're showing why this is important and what you can contribute. An extensive research experience will greatly help me consolidate my future choice of study and career. So this is your specific goal that I was referring to before, as I've noted on the side. You definitely want to make note of that, I said, when you're writing an email, and that's why I wrote the comment, because you'd have back to it and realize why you're doing this, because that's really important, that you've made clear that you can find somewhere in your email why you're interested. Okay. I would appreciate the opportunity to speak with you about your work and possible opportunities working in your research lab. I'm willing to do any type of work and travel to where I can be of most help. I've attached my resume and transcript. And again, check out Claudia's video, but don't write that in your email so we can delete that. It's just a note from me. I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Paul Ransom. So that's it. I will be attaching a PDF to this document in the description below, so make sure to check that out. Thank you. Have a great day.